perfect Sunday night for football.
It's time to go to work.
The whole world watch. Here we go. Here we go.
And 3, 2, dissolve.
I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. The tough get rough in a primetime fight. More than a game, it's everything's right. That's why we're waiting all day for Sunday night. All right, what a night, it's finally here. Sunday night football's kicking into high gear. The stars have arrived, come on, get up and cheer. Hey Jack, it's a fact, the show's back in town. Allen and Jackson in a QB showdown. The stadium's rocking, time to crank up the sound. The NFL's best have come to play. Coast to coast, there's just one thing left to say. I've been waiting all day for a Sunday night. Tough get rough in a primetime fight. More than a game, it's everything's right. That's why we're waiting all day for Sunday night.
Man, oh man, what a play. That was sensational.
Touchdown! Unbelievable.
Waiting all day. Waiting all day for Sunday
Good evening. It's an overcast Sunday night in Baltimore's historic Inner Harbor. And a mile away at M&T Bank Stadium with a sellout crowd of 70,000. Ready to welcome their Ravens. And the reigning league MVP, Lamar Jackson, against his fellow class of 2018 first rounder, Josh Allen, and the Buffalo Bills on NBC's Sunday Night Football. Hi there. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Starr coming up here in a little bit. Chris, Buffalo, rash of injuries on defense. Bunch of new faces both sides of the ball, but they're 3-0. Terrific start, and the best start for Josh Allen to his season. Why is he playing so well right now?
He just seems like he's in complete control out there, doesn't he? He really does. His eyes sort of sweep over the defense, just completely comfortable. And he's frustrating opponents out there. Only 2 sacks on the year, no interceptions. Those big negative plays, they just aren't there anymore for Josh Allen.
We were there opening night when the Ravens lost in Kansas City by a toe, and then the Raiders beat them here. They got to 1-2 beating Dallas last Sunday, and that was the day we saw the promise of that 1-2 punch, Derrick Henry with Lamar Jackson.
Now, we got a glimpse, didn't we, of what the Ravens offense might be with these 2 guys. 2 generational players in the backfield together, going different directions. I don't know how you play defense against that. But when you're talking about the player of the week, Josh Allen, the MVP, Lamar Jackson, Sunday Night Football, let's go. Let's have some fun.
They've been around for a while. This is only their 4th meeting, just their 3rd in the regular season. They split the first 2 regular season meetings as Lamar is introduced in his house here in Baltimore. He's ready to take on Josh Allen. What a matchup. Ravens and Bills. Lamar and Josh. We'll have it for you next on Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Hyundai. There's joy in every journey. NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Okay, it's less than 3 minutes before kickoff. I know what that feels like. I may not be on that field, but I still got something to say to my guys. In this league, it doesn't matter how you start.
What a play!
Very close.
Because this ain't about one game. It's about rings. So those first 2 weeks for my boys, I wasn't sweating. I was just waiting for that beast to come out and put them doubters to rest.
Ravens, the train is rolling!
But the march continues tonight with the kind of rival you love to make a statement against.
Touchdown! Buffalo looks unstoppable.
And you know how to make that statement. Not just by outplaying the other side, but outworking, out-hitting, outsmarting, out-fighting them. They want to talk about whose quarterback's better.
Touchdown, Allen!
You show them who's better.
Lamar Jackson, masterful.
They want to talk about who's going to challenge the champs. You tell them we're the one. You dare them to doubt you. Lock in. Stand tall. Take flight. Sunday Night Football. It's in Baltimore, baby.
No one gets you ready to go like Ray Lewis, the Hall of Famer statue out in front of M&T Bank Stadium. That's what's at stake. 1-2 Ravens, the 3-0 Bills, Buffalo. One of the best starts to this season. They also have one of the best stories of the season. For more on that, here's Melissa Stark.
That's right, Mike. There is one player on this team who has inspired his teammates, his city, the fans, and the entire NFL. Safety Damar Hamlin, who suffered cardiac arrest on the field less than 2 years ago, has become a star on this Bills defense. He started every game this season. He has the most defensive snaps on the team after only playing in 7 games last year, primarily on special teams. And this past week, Hamlin had the first interception of his NFL career. This was the scene in front of the hometown Buffalo crowd. What a moment in front of over 70,000 fans at Highmark Stadium. They loved it. Josh Allen told us for Damar to even be back on the field is incredible, pointing out that what he went through wasn't a typical sports injury like a torn ACL or Achilles. Damar's life was on the line, and I talked to Damar just a few minutes ago. He said it was so special, and he's hoping to continue that momentum into tonight and for the rest of the season.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. On the return, it's Brandon Cotrington. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Bills offense are heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as a result of him being your quarterback.
Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. That is Odafe Owe in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play. That's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, Allen. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll pick up 23 on that one. Good for a Bills first down.
These comebacks, they require a lot of trust and timing from everybody involved. If the quarterback's a little too early, the receiver's not out of his break. But if the quarterback's a little too late, that's when disaster can strike. So give credit. Really well timed. Really nice job by both guys. As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Allen going to make the read and hold on here. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Buffalo.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. Allen trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. It's just going to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
On 4th down, Tyler Bass now for the Bills field goal. This about as short as you can get. Pass's kick is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Opening drive, we'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So the Ravens will come out. They are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
He's brought down at the 31. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 9. On play action, here's Jackson. That's caught. It's the tight end, Andrews. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
On 3rd down, Jackson. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. Jay Flowers, the intended receiver, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Cotrington to return it. And he's going to be brought down after a short return And that's where his team will get possession of the football.
At their own 22.
The Bills offense ready to position. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Tackled there by Trenton Simpson.
Second down.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Moore going in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. This one caught right side by Knox. And it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick, because that ball is coming out.
A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
You know, so they don't connect here, Mike, but I kind of like the early message, because now as a defense, they have to understand that even if we have this guy covered, one of the best players in the entire league, this quarterback's going to continue to give him a chance at the ball. So not only do we have to cover him, we have to contest and make a play on every throw.
To throw again, it's Allen. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Allen going to give it to Cook, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning 1st and 2nd down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in 3rd and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
This one caught by Khalil Shakir. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Bills first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike. And what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive and some points.
That one, taken in. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Bills.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
He gets it to go, and the Bills are out to a 10-0 lead.
Ravens nothing.
Following the touchdown, pass is back to kick it off. On the return, it's Mitchell. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Ravens offense ready for their second possession. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 4. In motion comes Andrews. 2nd down, Jackson. That one incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
There's a short one caught by Andrews. Very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Here's Jordan Stout now. He's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. This will be returnable from his own 15. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Bills offense ready to take over once again. On the ground, it's Cookie to start this drive. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Roquan Smith there to bring him down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Allen. To the left side, it's caught by Shakir. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
A gain of
13 yards on that pass play. First down, Buffalo.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
It's a gain of
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Cook. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Malachi starts there for the stop.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. They're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. In motion, Shakir. Hey, he's going to be close. Going to depend on the spot, but it looks a little short. It is short, and now it's 4th down. They'll try it now with Cook, and he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff us on 4th down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
So here's the Baltimore offense getting set. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And he'll go into the slide there. It'll be a gain of a couple.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9 yards.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Jackson out of the pistol. Brought in by the tight end, Andrews. And good yardage there after the catch to wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. The Bills with the early advantage. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins. So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 2. As we are ready to get back underway. And he'll get the first down there. A pickup of about 5 yards.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Baltimore first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good for another Baltimore Raven. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Jackson going to keep this one himself. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6.
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
They need 6 for the touchdown. Second and goal. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Ravens. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver.
His kick is good, and the Ravens are on the board. It's 10-7. Field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now Codrington to return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he's had things operating from their own 23. They'll begin 1st and 10. From the gun, throw him for Allen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
From 29, here's 2nd down and 4. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to have the Bills 1st down as he gets this up to the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 12. 1st down, Bills.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Khalil Shakir, the intended target. And it'll be 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
We'll try and run here with Cook. And that is going to be good enough. He's got that 1st down. So conversion, and they move it to the 46-yard line.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Bills 1st down.
And with the ball on your side of the 50, if they didn't pick it up there, I think it would have been really interesting, Mike, to see if they would have thought about going for it on 4th down. I think they would have, but I guess we'll never know because he's able to pick up the 1st down anyway.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. A gain there of 11. Good for a Bills 1st down.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Here's Allen. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Buffalo.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out 3 tight ends, big bodies. But the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass. And I think that's a little bit of what's going on here.
Allen now on second down. He'll find Shakir on the right side. And he's going to be marked out of bounds down at the 3. It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
It's up and through. And the Bills will get out in front 17-7.
Ravens 7.
Touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. DeJounte Wester now to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Ravens offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They find themselves down 17-7. Here's Henry. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down. They'll run the draw, and here's Henry. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Here's a third down and 4. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught outside. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's good.
Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
At the 26-yard line.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If that was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball. He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Throwing Jackson. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And he's going to get there. He got the 1st down. Not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
Taking off, and they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
That's good for another Baltimore Raven.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
Henry, and he's going to go backward, taken down at the 6.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot, and now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal, now it's from the 6-yard line. Now, Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Baltimore. He's got it. And the Ravens are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14.
Ravens, 14.
To go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's LaVisca Chenault. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bills offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And seemingly every... So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start on the ground with Cook. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that one.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the gun, Josh Allen. This one complete to Palmer. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Josh Palmer. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, here is Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 25.
A pickup there of 25 yards. Good for a Bills 1st down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down. Josh Palmer was the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up. Play action. Here's Allen. That is incomplete. Taking the shot there as we reach the 2-minute warning. So on 4th down, the Bills send out Brad Robbins to punt. Rajante Wester deep for Baltimore. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start just inside the 20-yard line. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson looking to throw. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. He's close to a 1st down. Gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
9-yard pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 28-yard line.
2nd and inches. Jackson now. He takes off. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry.
This is a great example, Mike, of playing zone defense at a high level. They're trying to threaten him. They're trying to put 2 guys in his zone and see which guy he's going to choose. In this case, they try to out-leverage him into the flat. He's not having it. He brings him down for no gain.
In motion goes Likely. Play action now. Jackson. He'll look for Flowers downfield. That is caught. And he will go all the way. Jay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The kick is good, and the Ravens move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. On the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now Codrington to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st down, it's Allen. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts.
Just a simple hitch route, certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Here's 2nd and 2. Moore going in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
1st down.
Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. First and 10. Moore going in motion. To throw on first and 10, Allen. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And he'll be out of bounds here. That's only a gain of a yard.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Allen to throw again. Pass, caught by Shakir. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. 10 yards for number 10 on that one, and it's first and 10.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
He was looking for his tight end, Dawson Knox. And it'll bring up second down. One more time going up top with Allen. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On third down, it's Allen. Pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play.
Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. This one from 49. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bills cut the deficit down
some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback, and the ball's coming out to the 35. A first down throw for Jackson. Throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. the play fake. Jackson. He's got his tight end likely downfield. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down.
At the 49-yard line.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here's we start the second half.
Pistol give to Henry. He'll get about 2. Christian Benford brings him down.
Midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's second and 8. Gonna go right back to Henry. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Dorian Williams in to make the play.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up third and 5.
Third and 5. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's taken in. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And he is not going to get there. Short of the marker. And that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Fourth down, you want to make sure you give your quarterback the option to keep the ball in his hands, and that's exactly what they decided to do, and the defense was ready. They played assignment football, everyone did their job, and they come up with a huge fourth down stop.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Play action. It's Allen. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup and get a fresh set of downs.
Allen to the throw on first and 10. He connects with Palmer on that one. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
First down.
It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Buffalo. Here's Cook. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
It's now second and
6. Here's a second and 6. Now a design run. It's Allen.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
It's third and 4. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He pulls it in around the 5. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up first and goal.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Right back to Moore, another grab. And he'll take it on in. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Bills. his second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy. It's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators trying to do something. Pass is back to kick it off. Wester now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Ravens offense getting things in order as straight ahead with Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
They'll go again here with Henry. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop him for no gain yet again. And now it's third down.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run the toss with Cook. And he'll get this past the 25, out to the 27. A pickup of 7.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for pickup of 3. Kyle Hamilton, a former Notre Dame star, able to make the play.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He'll drop this underneath to Cook. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They'll try to sneak it here. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
And now this brings up a tough situation, Mike, because even if they were going to consider going for it on 4th down, how do you you do so when you couldn't even manage to get a few inches on third down? Disappointing result for them on that play.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for fourth down. And he's going to have the Bills first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
This play should always end up converting a fourth down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
Off the play fake. Here's Allen. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
And it's hard to criticize the performance of this quarterback in this one, Mike. I mean, he's been sensational. He got a little careless on that last throw. Really the first time the defense has won any of the battles against this quarterback.
The Ravens offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. In motion goes Likely. On play action, here's Jackson. To the tight end, Likely. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. A big play and a much-needed one as well. It's a gain of 34.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Now Lamar gonna hang on to it, and he's in! Lamar Jackson! Touchdown, Baltimore! Well, they were not finding anything there. The quarterback takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for the touchdown.
And this was a run from the jump, Mike. There was no disguising anything. There was 10 guys blocking and 1 guy running, and in this case, it's the quarterback taking it in for 6.
Ravens will try to tack on 2 more.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll let Henry try to run for it. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They mark him short. Some of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses. Ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Chenault. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Bills offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. But that 1st and 10, and it's Allen. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Allen going to give it to Cook. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Bills first down.
First down, Bills.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, It's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Allen now on second down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Just take what the defense is giving you. You can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
No gain on a quarterback sneak. That's pretty surprising, Mike, anytime we see that happen. There just aren't many plays in the NFL that we consider to be automatic. The quarterback sneak is normally pretty close.
The Bills bringing on their punting unit. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll see if... They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He's brought down by Shaq Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 17-yard line.
Second down and 8. From the gun, Jackson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 4.
To throw is Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
Second and 1 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's second and a yard. On the give, here's Henry. And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
9 yards. And the Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
In motion goes Likely. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. So, a pair of first downs moves them out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Quick throw here, taken by Hopkins. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
At the 41-yard line.
Jackson going to keep it himself. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and a yard. In motion goes Likely. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on them, and in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. He will have a Ravens first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Big strides. Look at him go. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. 17 yards on that play. Good for a Raven first down.
1st and 10.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock.
A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down at the 8-yard line.
2nd and 5. Back to throw, Jackson. He'll get this out wide, and he will get into the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the 4th quarter, I think they feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
It's up and good. And the Ravens are going to open up the lead to 8.
Bills 26.
Out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Chenault. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out, and it's hard to believe. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass. Because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass. So they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
That one hits at the 3, but goes in the wrong direction for the punter. It turns out to be a touchdown. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And that one going to be closed down the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
He'll step up and run this. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
Again, right up the middle to Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
In motion goes Likely. They'll run it on first down with Henry. And he is putting in the work. Dancing inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and
2. So, from the 37, here's second and a couple. In motion goes Likely. Gonna go right back to Henry. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of
5.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. They get first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
First and goal, and it's Henry. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. That is second touchdown tonight. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter.
The kick is good. And the Ravens will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now Cotrington to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll be That's Palmer, the man in motion. Here's Allen now on first and 10. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
To the air. On second down, here's Allen. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 11 yards on the connection there. First down, Buffalo.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. From the gun, it's Allen. Over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
It makes sense to try to push the ball downfield, Mike, and go to the air when you find yourself trailing by this deficit. But it also makes you very predictable. You see the defense, they're in nickel personnel, extra defensive backs on the field. It gets that much harder to throw when the defense knows it's coming.
The Ravens offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. First, in motion goes Likely. On the option, they give it to Henry. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Right at midfield. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 6. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line. They get 21 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go, and you can see why.
A first down throw for Jackson. Left side into the hands of Hopkins. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. It's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. Without a stop, your opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Brings up second and 2.
We'll come to the line now on second and 2. The shotgun, here's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. In motion goes Likely. Henry tries to pull his way in. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. Back to the 5-yard line now. Second down and goal. In motion comes Andrews. They'll drop to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's got another one. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Baltimore. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost.
He's got it. And the Ravens tack on one more to their lead. On the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Chenault. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good. But from the gun, Josh Allen. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Now he'll run it. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Now in timeout, Buffalo. They're second. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Allen to the throw on 1st and 10. He'll find his running back, Cook. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
Looking across the field, he's going to find more. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. That pass play good for 22. Good for a Bills first down. From the gun, here is Allen. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's a win here for the Ravens. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That's the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.